Welcome back to Forza Horizon 5. It's another week in Mexico, and this week we can unlock a car that you've never heard of. This is the Volkswagen SP2, a super cool, super rare Volkswagen, and we need to unlock the thing. Across the speed zone, I think we're good. Simply lovely. Volkswagen SP2 officially unlocked. We'll come back to the festival and do a whole bunch of customization and see what we can do to it. But before we do that, I need to explain why this thing is so damn cool. As per usual, this wouldn't be an AR12 video without any fun facts about the incredible little Volkswagen SP2. Let me explain why you've never heard of it. This car was only ever sold in Brazil. I spoke about it in my video that came out last week. Back in the 60s and 70s, Brazil basically stopped importing cars and required all manufacturers to make their cars in Brazil. And this is one of the cars that Volkswagen made for the Brazilian market. But it's the story of how this car came about that I think is so damn cool. I think we can all agree that the design of this car is lovely. And it's the way the design came about that is truly insane. Back in the 1960s, this guy named Marcio, I think it's how you pronounce it. He's from Brazil. It's probably not how you pronounce it. Marcio entered a design competition. It was hosted by this car company called Ghia, who was based in Italy at the time. Marcio finished second in the design competition. That didn't stop his pursuit of becoming a car designer. He signed up like 5 or 6 years later. He signed up for a second design competition, except this time he won it. He is like a coach builder from back in the day. They made a ton of designs for a ton of different car companies. Like, they worked for Lamborghini, Ferrari, Alfa Romeo, and so on and so forth. And this guy named Marcio, he went to work for them for 1 year. After that, he went back to Brazil, and he was hired by Volkswagen to design a sports car that would go head-to-head with this Brazilian car company called Puma. Long story short, Marcio designed this thing, and it was an astounding success. And then I'm not even joking, once he finished designing cars and then decided to design kitchen appliances. That's pretty cool, dude. I'm just saying. I think the biggest L of this car is that it wasn't sold in Europe and it wasn't sold in North America. I think if Volkswagen sold this in other markets, they would have done incredibly well. And it's an awesome car. Do you want to know what ended up happening with this car? Since it was built by Volkswagen, Volkswagen saw the incredible success of this car. This car later became the concept car for the Porsche 924. It is because of this the 924 exists. And it doesn't just stop there. Because yes, it also has a body kit. And you can make it into a wide body. Let's go for an A-class road racer build, and then as we go on, we'll get faster and faster. Engine swaps we have available for this thing. 2-liter flat 4, 2.5-liter flat 4 turbo, 2-liter flat 4 turbo rally, 4-liter flat 6, and a 2.6 flat 4 racing engine. I think the developers went, it's a Porsche, but it's not a Porsche. It's a Porsche, but don't tell anybody. It's a Porsche. Does anybody have any idea what that last engine is? It's Papa Fernando's engine. Yes, we are going with Papa Fernando's engine. We are also staying rear-wheel drive. The wide body looks so cool. There are even more customization parts for this. So we've got Forza Aero. We can remove all of the bumpers. Rear wing, we have 3 different rear wing. That's so cool. Yes, the developers are finally answering our call. More Forza Aero. Hello. Remove all of that stuff around the back. That's so sick. I assume the side skirts are actually, yeah, they're gonna be rally flap. What? Mud flap? And we can also get roof scoop. This is awesome. Upgrade the brakes. Very nice. Upgrade the suspension. Yes, we've got racing suspension. Yes, we've got rally, and we've even got drifting. It is a sub 2,000 pound car. Unfortunately, we can't actually upgrade the engine on Papa Fernando's car. You know what? In that case, I'm just gonna give it even more grip. Sure. 1,700 pounds, 330 horsepower on full-on racing slick. Let's finish things up with a lovely paint job. let's be honest, boys. Oh, there's even advanced painting options for this. Okay, hold on. Paint group number 1, the main body of the car. And then paint group number 2 is going to be... No way. The paint group number 2 is the stripes on the side of the car that wrap all the way around. I think we can all admit, boys, the best part of the 1970s was interesting car colors. I will run for president and I will ban the sale of black, silver, and white cars. We need to bring back interesting car colors. Make car colors cool again. Yellow, bright blue, baby blue. Ignore that one. Orange, green, 2 shades of green. I kind of dig the green. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I like the green. Volkswagen SP2 wannabe Porsche 924. I guess the Porsche is actually a wannabe this, so moving on. Let's see what it can do on a tight little handling circuit through the streets of Mexico. Come on. You don't need to crash into me when I'm just genuinely faster than you. Oh my god, what a cool car. How's the interior look? Oh, look at the interior. Proper 1970s stuff. We've got gasolina. We've got amperes. Apparently, they also use kilometers an hour in Brazil. I didn't know that. I'm learning Portuguese 1 word at a time. What a super cool car. What a nice car to drive to. I think after we've seen these upgrades, I think there's definitely some more builds that we need to do with it. Obviously, we've got the mud flaps. We've got the roof scoop. We've got to go and take this thing off-roading without a doubt. I think because it is rear engine and rear wheel drive, we've also got to take this thing and give it a go as a wheelie car. I wonder if this car is going to be potentially OP for anything, though. Like, it's got banging stats out of the box. It might be. Like, it's certainly got potential. We will see. This is another one of those cars that previous to it coming to Forza Horizon 5, I had never heard of one of these things. But now that it's here, I'm like, yo, how much does one of these things cost? And how hard would it be to import one? They cost 48K. Never mind. I'm out. Now that my dreams have been dashed, let's focus on the car again. And I think we do. I think we need to go off-road A-class. If I'm going off-road, I guess I'm going to want to do things properly. All-wheel drive for this thing. We've got the wide body for the big, thick tires. And then, hold on. We need to look cool. And then rally extra wheel on the back. I definitely need some off-road race tires. Look at the chunky boys on there. Now we can give it that rally suspension. This looks incredible. 430 horsepower. We've got an extra 100 horsepower. We weigh like a couple pounds more than we did before, but we're purpose built for off-road now. Our off-road inspired Volkswagen SP2. The all-wheel drive should be lovely for this. I think the developers nailed this car. Between all of the engine swaps and all of the body work on this, this is fantastic. I really hope the developers continue to add cars, not even necessarily like this one, because I know this car is not everybody's cup of tea, but give every car the same treatment. And I think everybody will absolutely love it. It's awesome what you're able to do to this car. I'm a Volkswagen simp, so I like this thing. It doesn't even get that much understeer, considering it's all-wheel drive. Since it weighs nothing, you can just rip the handbrake, chuck it into every single corner, and you don't weigh anything. So if you mess up, you press the brake for half a second and suddenly you're no longer out of control and you're all good. It's the fattest of W. I'm calling this thing the fattest of W's, and I don't think we've even got into the really cool stuff yet. Like, I think there's more for this car to deliver still. Just look at it. It's gone. We've left the AI miles behind. The rear engine is without a doubt helping all of the understeer that we would usually get from a car like this. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I agree 100%. We got to see if we can wheelie this car. If I'm going to wheelie it, we can probably do it with a lot of the mods that we have. I'm going to go with the drag tires, make the front tires super skinny. I guess we'll probably also go for some lightweight wheels just to make sure we can do it. I've got to get rid of those rally lights on the front. I need maximum weight reduction, so I'm going to even remove the rear or the front bumper, excuse me. I don't even think we need more power. I think this thing's just going to work. Is it going to work? It's going to work. We don't even have that much power, and it's just going to pop an enormous wheelie. Bro, we didn't even upgrade the engine. And the fact that it can do a wheelie like that is awesome. I'll give it every single upgrade. I'll give it every single engine upgrade. And I just want to see how ridiculously violent the wheelie is. At the line, wheelie. Yeah, it's too violent. It's too violent now. Could I shift a second? Yep. The Brazilians make a sick looking car, a sick driving car, and now it's time to make it even faster. I very quickly want to just see what we can do fully upgraded, okay? We've got maximum horsepower in the thing. We've got all of the weight reduction. We've got all the suspension. I'm just going to give it slick tires, make the tires super wide. I guess I'm going to have to run full aero for this thing now, actually. I guess we'll just get our race suspension and we'll be good. If you wanted to make a try-hard version of this car, all you would need to do is just obviously use it in A-Class. I think that's where it's going to be the most competitive. But we're S2 908. You could downgrade this thing just a tiny bit and you'd be top of S1 class. And I bet you'd have a serious amount of fun with it like that. The only thing I am noticing is that the downforce on it isn't great. It definitely lacks some front downforce. Even though I've got the Forza Aero and the Forza Aero is fully maxed out, it still has a lack of front downforce. But other than that, it's great. Even all fully upgraded like this, S2 class, we're pulling on the AI behind. If it wasn't for Forza Horizon 5, I would have never heard of this car. And that would have been a shame. I love this thing. Great car. I told you there was some understeer on it. On the bright side, though, it's still cracked and I'm still winning. I wonder if there's actually going to be a part 2 of this video where we come back and try this thing and go on leaderboards, because it's just, I think it might be that good. What a mental little car. It's got a wheel in the air. There is only one more thing that we need to do with it. We got to take it and we got to go sideways. Since it's so light and it's actually quite long, I think it might be a very nice try-hard point car. We'll see. I don't know if it'll take down any of my personal best cars just because the engines for it aren't the best. We can see what'll happen, okay? Let's bring it over here. 194,000 is the PB. Let us see what we can do. So immediately, I might need to extend my gear ratios out a little bit. They're a little bit on the short side. Oh my God. Okay, it's so buttery smooth. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, I'm gonna need to fix my tire pressures and I'm gonna need to fix my gear ratios. How is that so smooth? That's actually insane. That's so insane. I have too much grip. I gotta thin down the tires. The tires are way too thick for this. This car has such incredible driving behavior. It's just... I don't know how to describe it. This is better immediately. I like this. I think second gear is going to be my happy place to go drifting. Uh-oh, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. We're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. Oh my days. Another awful run from this thing, and we're on 174 or 175K. If I could increase the angle through corner 1 a little bit, I think that would help secure a couple more points. Then down to second. Send it through. Send it, send it, send it. Use the weight, use the weight. Big angle up the hill. Come on. And then snap it back. Hold the handbrake. There we go, there we go, there we go. That's what I want. That's what I want. 170, 180. Let's go! New PB, baby! That is what I'm talking about. I am Volkswagen's biggest sin, and I didn't think this car would be as good as it is. That genuinely might be the best car in this month's update. So much fun to drive. It has such banging customization, and it has a great story. As usual, the worst part about this car, the vast majority of people will see this car and go, ugh, why do I want to drive a boring Volkswagen from the 1970s? All of those people are going to miss out on a great car. This thing is fantastic.